Hi guys, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the packet tracer activity 4.7.1, which is connect the physical layer. In this activity, we are going to look at the different media that are possible at the physical layer, both wired and wireless, and how do we connect the different devices and how to set up the network. So let's get going. So this is the packet tracer activity that has opened for us. And if you see, these are the ones that we have all the information about. And let me just show to you, demonstrate what's happening here, what is in the topology right over there, so that you'll be able to understand what we're trying to do here. So this is the topology. We have three PCs over here, and we have DHCP server. We have another switch to two switches, switch 1, switch 2, switch 3, switch 4. There are 4 switches. There are two routers. One is called as west router and the other one is called as an east router. There are different PCs over here altogether: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 PCs, and we also see an access point, a cell phone tower, and a tablet PC and a laptop. Now let us see what our objectives are over here. What is there given in this particular thing? So our objectives are: identify the physical characteristics of the internet networking devices, select correct modules for connectivity, connect the devices, and check connectivity. So let's get going by doing the first part 1. As I said, always do this. It looks good for us. It looks easy. So in part 1, identifying the characteristics of the internet networking devices. So it says click the east router. The physical tab should be active. So where is my east router? This is my east router. So click on it, and it says the physical tab should be active. Zoom in and expand the window to see the entire router. So let me show you how it is done. So just click on this east router. You see the physical view of the router over here. You can see all the physical components, but in order to get a clearer view, what I need to do is you just press on the zoom in button over here. So once you press on the zoom in button, these modules are actually seen quite clearly. Okay, so this is called the backside view or the physical view of the actual router. So what you see, all the ports and everything written over here. So let us see what is asked. So here it is actually asked, zoom in and expand the window to see the entire router. That's what we just did. Which management ports are available? Fine. So let me show you what management ports are available here. Now, if you see, all the ports are written over here. And if you see clearly in the earlier videos that we share, that I discussed, I told you that there are two management ports usually. One of them is called an auxiliary port and the other one is called a console port. Though most of the modern day routers might not have the auxiliary port available, but they definitely will have a console port which allows you to configure the router or a switch through a cable, console cable. If you check it out here, there is something called as the console port here, and there is also an auxiliary port. So the answer for this question is, which management ports are available? There are two management ports available. One of them is the auxiliary port and one of them is the console port. So that's it. Let me go to the C point. It says, which LAN and WAN interfaces are available on the east router and how many are there? Okay. So if you remember, usually the LAN interfaces are nothing but the fast Ethernet and the gigabit Ethernet ports. And if you once again check it out here, see there is something here called as gigabit Ethernet, GE01 and GE02, though it's not that clear. So these two are your LAN interfaces. So there are two interfaces. Both of them are the gigabit Ethernet ports. And for the WAN interfaces, usually we use the serial ports. And if you don't know what a serial port is, here there is a list of modules given over here, which we will be using more in the next upcoming objectives. And if you click each and every one, it will show you, see, you click this, the diagram has changed here. So this is the part which shows, it says that this is the Cisco 2-port serial high-speed WAN interface card providing 2 serial ports. So now the answer for this question is, there are 2 serial ports which are used for WN, wide area network connections, and there are 2 gigabit Ethernet ports which are used for local area network connections. So there are 2 LAN interfaces which are gigabit Ethernet ports. There are 2 WAN interfaces which are your serial ports. That's good. Now it is saying, click the CLI tab and press the enter key to access the user mode prompt. Fine, we know how to do that. And it is also asking me just type in show IP interface brief. Okay, let me copy this, which makes it easier for me. Control C, go to the CLI tab, and this is the screen that we see. So click enter. I think it is now clearer that you can see what's happening over here. And let me just paste it. I pasted the same information, the same command that's given in the objectives, press enter. So it gives me a list of all the options of all the IP interfaces. It says the output verifies the correct number of interfaces and designation. The VLAN 1 interface is a virtual interface. You know that already. It's a VLAN 1 interfaces. Okay. So it says how many physical interfaces are listed. Check it out here. It says there it goes gigabit Ethernet port is there 0 by 0, 0 by 1 serial. There are 4 physical interfaces where VLAN 1 is a virtual interface, so we don't count it. It says how many physical interfaces are listed. Just simply say there are 4 physical interfaces. And also he said he's given another command here. It's saying that now enter this command show interface gigabit Ethernet 0 by 0. Just to for saving us time, I'm copying it. Control C, click it here, and then click paste. Enter. Oh, it's a lot of information here. Now it is information specifically about what the command that you typed is show. That means you are asking it to display something. Fine. What you are asking it to display? You are asking the information about one particular interface, which is gigabit Ethernet 0 by 0. So now check it out. What is the question? What is the default bandwidth of this interface? Now in this all this data, you have to find out where the bandwidth is. It is given saying that the internet address is this, the MTU maximum transmission unit is 1500 bytes, and here is your answer. The bandwidth is kilobits, or simply to say 1000 Mbps. It's 1000 Mbps. If you calculate it correctly, Mbps is 10 power 6, kilobits is 10 cube. Okay, so it's 10,000 Mbps. The answer is. It is also asking me now enter this command, show interface serial 0 by 0 by 0. Now it's asking for another thing, and you can see always the more prompt here. Just press space bar. You'll come out of it. You'll go to the next screen and you get out of that particular prompt. Once again, I am pasting the other command which is given in this, which is show interface serial port serial 0 by 0 by 0. It is asking what is the default bandwidth. Just go here, and if you just move your mouse cursor up and down so that you can see all this. So I typed in this command, and now my bandwidth is showing as 1544 kilobits. So this is my default bandwidth. Okay, so now until now what we did was we are just getting a hang of these things. Okay, the step 2, which is very much new to you, is identify the module expansion slots. So I'm closing this down. It is asking, so what do you mean by module expansion slot? I'll show you, and there you can get a very good example, or you can get a clearer explanation of why we require these module expansion slots. Check it out here. How many it is asking, go to the east router once again. So I click on the east router, go to the physical topology. In order to find out how many are there here, it is asking me how many expansion slots are available to add additional modules to the east router. Fine. I clicked on the east router. I clicked on the physical tab, and let me click on the zoom in thing. And if you see, there are 2 expansion slots available here. There are 2 things which are covered. You can add new slots in these 2 places. This slot is already covered with the serial ports. So we have 2 more slots in this router to add whatever modules we want to add. So this is for your east router. So the same question is once again asked for switch 2. Where is switch 2? Just go here, fiddle it around. There is a switch 2. Once again, you see how many are there. These ports are already done. Now once again we are in the physical tab. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 expansion slots for switch 2. That is your answer. So expansion slots are nothing but where we can drag, drop, and add. Now let me show you how to add the new modules. Now it says that fine. Now there are some scenarios which are given in here in part 2. It says select the correct modules for connectivity. It is asking me determine which modules provide the required connectivity. It says click east and then click the physical tab. So let me go there. Let me close the switch 2. Let me go to the east router and click on the physical tab. Yep, I did that. So let me go to the next thing. On the left, beneath, this is your left, and beneath the modules label, you see the available options to expand the capabilities of the router. So all these options are there. Whatever options are listed over here, you can drag them and drop them here. So based on our need, we can drag and drop any modules into these expansion slots. So familiarize yourself with these options. Now, if you click in each and every one of these options, you get a little bit of description about these and why do you need them. Now it is asking me, you need to connect PCs 1, 2, and 3 to the east router, but you do not have the necessary funds to purchase a new switch. So you don't have a new switch. So which module can you use to connect the 3 PCs to the east router? Usually we connect the PCs through the Ethernet ports, you know that. So for me to understand what to place it here, now I need to find out what are all the modules that I can place in this router. So first let me start with this. So this is router is now, it's just a pluggable slot. It's not done. So let me go into the next one. 2T, we just explained, it's already here. It is a 2-port serial interface card. That means we have 2 serial ports in this, so it is also not good. What is this? It says it provides 4 switching ports. This is what I need for me to add the 3 PCs to the east router. So for me to connect this east router to these 3 PCs, I need to have 3 ports on this, 3 Ethernet ports on this particular router. As I don't have them currently, using these expansion slots, I can add them to my router at any point of time. So for us to add anything to the existing device, the first thing you need to remember is, please switch it off. See, there is a small switch over here which shows a green light, on off switch, just like your physical device. Click on the off button. Now the green light goes blank. Okay, that means that this device is now currently in the off position. Only then you can add it. Now if you want to check it out, or if you forgot this step, see, if I try to add this particular module over here, it says you cannot add a module when the power is on. Okay, so you have to switch this off. Now you can also check out the other modules too if you got. This is an 8 asynchronous EIA 232 connection. This is just a plain cover to cover these things. So this is the actual module. This is the cover of which we can place on top of this module. And this is another, the SMD1 industrial Ethernet and smart grid switches, which we don't require. So the appropriate module for us to use on this east switch, east router, to connect the 3 PCs is this particular one. Now I have switched the device into the off position. Now just simply drag this and place it here. Voila, that's it, done. And once you do this, in order to activate these things, once again you have to switch the device to the on position. Once the device is switched to on, only then you can add anything, or once you can get hold of these ports will get activated. Otherwise you won't find these ports. Okay, so let me go into the next question here, next objective that is written. So I am done with this. Now drag drop one and I added it over here. It is asking, how many hosts can you connect to the router using this module? I can connect 4 hosts. There are 4 ports here. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 ports. I can connect 4 hosts. Now click switch 2. I'm closing this out. It's saying click switch 2. Which module can you insert to provide a gigabit optical connection to switch 3? So where is switch 2? This is a switch 2. Now it is asking, let me go to the physical tab. Yes, I went to the physical tab. Let me zoom in. Now there are already some connections are existing here. Now it is asking, which port do you need to add, which module do you need to add to provide a gigabit optical connection to switch 3. So let me once again check out all the modules that are written out here. This is an Ethernet one. No, this is an fast Ethernet one. You can see all that is written over here, fast Ethernet. I can see it here. If you are unable to see, or if you are not familiar with this particular things, just have a quick read about the information that is listed over here in each and every one. Now if I click this, it says gigabit Ethernet. If I click this, it is an optical fiber, but it is a fast Ethernet port only. It is an optical fiber, but it supports only fast Ethernet. But this actually asks to a gigabit optical connection. So let me go on. This is an FGE. It says it's a gigabit Ethernet network module. And also I told you in the last video itself, optical fiber, we use 2 fibers. That is the reason you see 2 small holes punched over here. So for me to do this, I can simply drag and drop this into this module. See, once again, I forgot to switch the power off. So zoom out. Where is the power on off button? There is a small switch over here. Click on this. The device is powered off. Now drag this module from here, place it here. Now it's done. This is your gigabit Ethernet port which supports optical fiber. Okay, so gigabit optical port. Now once again switch it on. That's it, done. Now I did, so I added all the modules and it says add the correct modules and power up the devices. That's what I did. So for us to add any module into these devices should be powered off first, and after adding the modules then you click the power back on. Okay, now this is the same procedure. It says that you identified, and it is asking me the same thing which I just did now. Using the same procedure, insert the module that you identified in step 1B into the empty slot farthest to the right in switch 2. So this is the one which I did, because this is the empty slot which is towards the farthest right hand side, and I just put it in there. Okay, and now it is asking show the IP interface brief command on switch 2. So let me go into the CLI. 1 second. CLI part, and see, because I switched it off and on, it went back to the original menu. It is asking me to show IP interface brief once again. To save some time, I'm just copy pasting the commands here. If you check out, there you go. The gigabit Ethernet 5x1 is added. You can see this is now added here. Okay, this is the one which has been added now. All the rest of the ones are the fast Ethernet ones and 3x1s. So I added into the fifth connection. So into which slot was it inserted? It was inserted into the fifth slot. This is how it shows. Okay, now here we go into the part 3, which is connection of the devices. I'm closing this out so that it gives you a clear picture of what we are trying to do now. Now I added as a different new module into this east router and also a new module into this particular switch 2. So for now I have to give connections between across all these devices. So let me start one by one. It is asking select the appropriate cable type. Okay, fine. Click the first device and select the specified interface. Fine. Click the second device and select the specified interface. Fine, I'll do that. Now it has given a table over here. For us to get a better understanding, I'm actually maximizing this. Okay, now check out the table. How do you read this table? It is saying you have to provide a connection between the east router and switch 1. And what is the cable that we need to use? We need to use a copper straight through cable. And what are the interfaces that are to be used on both the devices? Check it out. On east router, we have to use G0 by 0. I'm just giving in the short terms. Gigabit Ethernet is, I call it as G0 by 0. And switch, I have to connect Z0 by 1. Unless until you connect the devices accordingly with these ports, you won't get the necessary marks in any of your exams. So let me go into that. It says east router is here. I have to take a copper straight through cable G0 by 0 to switch 1 G0 by 1. So where are the cables listed? Go down to this orange colored button, click on it. There are the cables. This is a straight through cable which I told you earlier. Click on that. Go to the east router Z0 by 0 connection. Now once again click on the switch. It says specifically connect to the G0 by 1. Done. So I did the connection. My first thing is done. So let me see. See the completion now started from 0 to 7%. Okay. Now what is the next one? It says east. Let me show you. It says east to be connected to switch 4, G0 by 1, G0 by 1. So both of them. Now where is east, and the other one is switch 4. This is the east router. This is switch 4. Go once again, go for the straight through cable. Click on this. Go G0 by 1. There are only this port left in on the east router. So click on switch 4. Once again, go to the switch Ethernet 0 by 1. See, we go on into 15%. So I did them right. And what about the other ones now? Now it is asking me to connect PC1, PC2, PC3. And these 3 PCs are to be connected once again through the copper straight through cable. That's mean the black cable. And please remember that when you are connecting these PCs, you have to make sure that you are connecting with the right ports on the router. Otherwise, you won't get the points. So 0, 1 by 0, 0, 1 by 1, 0, 1 by 2. So I can remember these things, and I need to connect to the 3 PCs. It's easy peasy. So let me go back. Where is the, this is the east router. Take this, start for 0, 1 by 0, take it out, connect it to the PC, fast Ethernet. Done. Take another cable, click on the east router, fast 0, 0 by 1 by 1, connect to the PC2. There is only one port, fast Ethernet 0. Done. Once again, click on the router 0, 1 by 2. Go to the PC3, fast Ethernet 0. Done. So let me see whether I did it in the right manner or not. Excellent. I got 39%. So I did the first part right. So until here, I am done. I connected all the PCs with the east router. Fine. Now it is asking me connect switch 1 to PC4. Connect switch 1. So it is asking me to connect the three PCs, PC4, PC5, PC6 to switch. So the three ports of the switch to be used are switch 1 to be used are faster than F0 by 1, 0 by 2, 0 by 3. Excellent. And there will be obviously one port on the PC4, which is no big deal. So switch 1 to PC3, 4, 4, 5, and 6. Where is switch? Give me a second. Where is the switch 1? Switch 1. This is a switch 1. Straight through cable, black one selected. Switch 1, 0 by 1, PC4, fast Ethernet. Take this again. Click it here. Faster than 0 by 2, PC5, fast Ethernet. Click it on switch 1, faster than 0 by 3, PC6, and faster than it. Okay, I'm done here. See, we completed 62%. I connected PC4, PC5, PC6 also. Now it is asking me connect switch 4 to switch 3 using a copper crossover cable. The crossover cable is the one which has got the dashes in between. Okay, so G0 by 2 to G3 by 1. So switch 4, G0 by 2, where is switch 4 to switch 3? Because it's a crossover cable, take it out, switch 4, and it is asking me to take switch gigabit 0 by 2 to on the switch 3, gigabit 3 by 1. Let me see. Where is this? Switch 4 to switch 3, 3 by 1. That's what I did. So it went to 68%. Done. Okay. Now let me go to the next point. Now the next one is I did this. Done. It is asking me to connect switch 3 and switch 2 via fiber. The port numbers are G5 by 1, G5 by 1. Okay. Let me do that. Switch 3 to switch 2. Where is switch 3 here? Here is switch 3. Here is switch 2. The optical fiber is the orange colored one. So take the orange colored one. Switch 3. And you can see the optical fiber G5 by 1 here. G5 by 1. Click on it, click on this. You can see once again, you find the G5 by 1 optical fiber port. This is the module that you added in the earlier part. This is the one which you added it here. Okay, so connect this. So that's it, done. And once again, if you wanted to get it fast done, you want to see the green immediately, just click on the fast forward time. You can see the green immediately. Okay, because it's a packet tracer, it simulates all these things. Now I got 76% completed. Now what is still left over? Now it is asking me to connect PC7, PC8, PC9 with the switch 2, 0 by 1, 1 by 1, 2 by 1. Okay. Switch 2 to 789. Where is switch 2? Here is switch 2. If you see, please remember that PC7 is the bottommost one. If you think this is PC7, you are mistake and the percentage won't go. You won't get the marks. It shows an error that you connected in the wrong manner. So 0 by 1, PC7, port. Done. Take this, switch 2 by 1, PC8, faster than net, done. PC9, faster than net, done. Okay. So I did these things. I got 88%. There's only one left. Which is asking me connect the east with a serial DCE. Serial 0 by 0. There are two ports, east and west. So it is asking me take a serial DCE cable and connect the serial DC cable first from east to west. Okay, so there are two routers over here. This is the east router, this is the west router. So the DC cable is the one which has got a small clock, which means that it gets the clocking information from one router. That's all, nothing with the synchronization information. So first I connect with the east one. But there is a serial port. It actually specifically asked me to connect the serial 0 by 0 by 0 port on east router and also the same port on the west router. So click on here, serial 0 by 0 by 0 from the east to the west router. Once again, connect to the same serial ports. Okay, just click on the fast forward time. And let me see if I did everything right or not. It still says 92%, so I missed something. Let me see. Yes, there is one thing which I missed. My mistake. There is also one connection that needs to be made from switch 2 to the access point. Where is the access point? Switch 2 to access point. It is asking G3/1 to port 0 and copper straight through. This is the switch 2. This is the access point. So take a straight through cable. Go to switch 2. There is only one thing left. 3/1 here. Take it out. Go to the access point. There is a port 0. Voila. Click the fast forward button. You can see all the green lights blinking. So all green means all good, which makes me feel comfortable. So there you go. I got the 100% completion. Now for us, we need to check what's going on because we just made the connection part. That's all. Okay. Now let me go into the connectivity part. It says, so we are all done. We got, now let's go to the part 4, which is check connectivity. So click the interface status on east. It is saying show IP interface brief on east router. Let me check that. So control C. Where is the east router? This is the east router. Go to CLI, press enter. You should see the prompt, paste, enter. So this is what you see. And it is asking me to compare this with your objective ones. If you can check it out, almost everything's the same. See, yes, manual up. Everything's almost the same. No big deal. So that it means that each and every connections that we give are working and are in perfect order. Okay. If all of the cabling is correct, the output should match. They matched. So the VLAN 1 172.29.1.1, it's the same thing. It's manually up and running. Now it is asking me connect the wireless devices, laptop and the tablet PC. Now you see there are some wireless devices towards your bottom of these things. Let me show you. See, below the access point, you see there are two wireless devices. It is asking me to now connect these devices with the access point. Fine. So there is no connection. Now let me see how to do that. Go here. It says click the laptop and select the config tab. Select the wireless 0 interface. Put a check in the box labeled on state. So let me show. Click on the laptop. Go to the config here. And in this config, you see what are all the interfaces that are down here. You can see the wireless interface, which is listed over there on your left hand side. Click on the wireless interface. If you see, the port status is off currently. Now click it on. Now just click it on. See, there is now a wireless connection which shows that it is activated between the laptop and the access point. Okay. So let me see what else it is asking me to do. What else it is asking me to do. There you go. Yes, within a few seconds, the wireless connection should appear. Fine, that's what we got. Now it is also asking me, go to the desktop tab of the laptop, click on the web browser icon, click on the web browser icon to launch the web browser. It says, please enter www.cisco.pka. Fine, chalta. Let me see what to do here. Go to the desktop tab, and after going into the desktop tab, go to the web browser here, click on the web browser and cisco.pk. Post name resolved. Let me close this. Fine. It happens. Go here again. Okay, something wrong. Go to the laptop, go to the desktop tab, and now click on the web browser. This should work. Let me see if it did. See, it worked perfectly. Now I'm able to ping from my laptop, which is connected wirelessly to this network. And all this, we actually established connections across this. Okay, so this is working perfectly fine. So let me go into the next one. It is going to go for the next one. Now it says click the tablet PC and do the same thing basically. So let me click on the tablet PC. You see this, go to the config tab here. In the wireless tab, once again, select the port status as on because now currently it is off. That means the wireless adapter is off. Click on the on status. You should get, see, now it's connected wirelessly to the access point. Once again, to check out whether this is working or not. Usually it takes a little bit of time for the packets to traverse this entire network. So that is the reason when you type in the very first time in your web browser, you might not get the desired result. So just be patient, give it a couple of minutes, and then you try it. It should work fine. See, it says it's giving me the same message. Give it a couple of minutes, and then after that it should work fine. You'll definitely get it, believe me. See, you got it. Okay, so now I tested my laptop connectivity through wireless LAN, the tablet PC's connectivity through wireless LAN. Let me see what else I can do. Now it is asking me change the access method of the tablet PC. Now it is asking me, because there is a cell tower over here, now it is asking me to see that. So why don't you switch over from your access point, go to the cell tower. Fine. Go to the tablet PC, go to the config tab. Once again, you see under the interfaces here, go to the wireless interface, which we actually change the status to on, switch it off. So now your wireless connection should go. See, that means you just switched off the port. Now try to see if you can do, go to the 3G cell one. That means now I'm putting my 3G connection on, or the 4G connection on. Switch it on. Let me see if it makes a connectivity to the cell tower. See, now it goes and connects to the cell tower. Now I am established a wireless connection between my tablet PC via the cell phone network. So let me see what it is asked. So I did that. Once again, it is asking me repeat the process of verifying the web access. Okay, let me see if I can get it done here. Go to the desktop, go to the web browser. It takes a little bit of time. See, it works. So I made all the connections and all my web browsers and everything's working fine, beautifully. So check the connectivity of all the other pieces. I don't want to check each and every piece. There are 9 pieces over here. So I'm just going to do randomly. So let me check PC8, whether I'm able to get the browser working or not. Go to the desktop, go to the browser. There you go. Click on this. Working perfectly fine. And let me check PC4. Go to the desktop, go to the web browser. Click it here. Enter. It is also working again fine. So I'll do one more and then I'll stop it. So let me check it here, PC2. Go to the desktop tab, just browse it. You see the web browser here, click on it, press enter. See, this way all the PCs are able to ping. Okay, so this is how you do this, and we got the 100% activity done. So if there are any issues, guys, ping me on my channel, or if you have any issues, you can always leave a comment so that I can provide some clarity. Okay, thank you very much. Please do practice this. These are serial interfaces. There is an optical fiber connection. You can also check it out, the wireless connections here also. It's a pretty good PT activity to give you a feel about the physical layer connectivities. So good luck. Thank you very much.